Somebody asked us what we do on breaks during our show, and we take selfies.
That was a good one, Eric.
Yeah, that was good. All right, with our, we better get to it here. Our guests are with us here today from the Albuquerque Yoga Gathering, and we want to welcome to the show the co-coordinators of the Albuquerque Yoga Gathering, Keisha Wixom and Denise Gonzales, who are both here. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hi, thanks for having us.
And Denise is going to demo some yoga for us here in just a moment.
Yes, and hopefully our viewers will be inspired to get up and do some yoga stretches with her.
Exactly. Well, and you just got back from Costa Rica doing a yoga event, right?
I
Keisha?
did.
Tell us
Another
about that.
local yoga teacher and I put on a week-long yoga retreat in Costa Rica, and
Look
we
at you.
had a bunch of people come out and join us, and it was a phenomenal week.
You do look very blissed out right now, I want to say.
It's the yoga.
Yes.
That must be-
And it's the Costa Rica. Something happened.
That too.
Something happened
It's
over there.
amazing.
Now, this event is tomorrow. It's an all-day thing, and you're going to have the best teachers, the best instructors, the best of everything when it comes to the local yoga scene. And this is going to be at, where's the location now?
It's going to be at Blissful Spirits on
Yes.
Paseo and off of Jefferson, and it is an all-day event with some fabulous instructors and great classes. We'll have 11 classes going on throughout the day with 2 studios in use, so there's a lot to choose from on the mat and off the mat. We've got a lot of activities going on, as well as downward-facing dogging.
Yes.
That's a yoga position,
You can't
I
just
think.
spend your whole day in the downward facing dog.
No, you
gotta
can't. You got to move around a little bit, but that's a yoga position, people. We were talking at a social event the other day. Some friends at our house were into yoga, and these other people were not, and they were a little intimidated by the whole thing. Like they don't know what to do, they don't know that move, and all of that. Can somebody who's a beginner come out and get some benefit from this?
Oh, absolutely. I think this is a great way to be introduced to our yoga world and our yoga community. We'll have many, many classes from beginner to more challenging classes throughout the day. So you can look online and see our complete schedule. Our first class starts at 9:30 in the morning, and then our last class of the day is at 5 o'clock, and it's a more restorative, slow-paced class.
Very nice. Wow. So talk about some of the different kinds of yoga that you're going to have there.
Well, Denise is going to be teaching a hot class, and it's a core power class, and who else is going to be teaching in that room? We'll have 2 rooms going on throughout the day. One will be heated, and one will be just room temperature. So,
well, we've thrown in the hot room Kelly Carpenter, who is going to be teaching Pilates for us. So we threw in a little Pilates for everybody, kind of change it up. Sarah Gorham is going to be teaching a warm vinyasa flow, a aligned flow. I believe in that front room we'll also do our restorative class at the end of the day.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you'll have a hot room and then your regular temp room and different varieties of and principles of yoga.
Yeah,
Right.
so in the other room, I'll be teaching a more challenging class in the morning, 9:30.
We'll be balancing on our noses and on our elbows.
Maybe just our hands,
putting our
just
feet in our mouth.
forearms. We'll make it easy, we'll make it accessible to everybody, but just come out and try something new, right? Learn something new.
Yep.
And then we have an acro yoga class, which is going to be a lot of fun. You do it with your partner, supported by another yogi to try some cool new tricks. And we also have an Ayur yoga class, putting the science of Ayurvedic yoga and yoga postures together. And we have 2 of our other fellow Lululemon ambassadors teaching there as well, an Ashtanga class by Irene Minster and a Vinyasa flow class by Pam Hong that will be accompanied by some yummy adjustments and assists by our friend Randy, who's also at the store there.
When I think yummy, I think barbecue. Do you have any of that lined up in your yoga day?
And some beer, too.
And beer.
You know, we actually have a really great community supporting us through this. We actually have Il Vicino, who's going to provide lunch for some of our yogis. Half-day pass gets you a meal that day. A full-day pass gets you lunch and dinner.
Il Vicino's
Sounds good.
super
Il
yummy.
Vicino's lunch, and then along the lines of barbecue, Rudy's is going to be there. We're going to have...
Yoga people have fun, too.
We do.
It's
It's
going
going
to
to
be
be a
so
great
much fun.
after
And we'll have
party.
vegetarian options for those who are not into the barbecue aspect
But you've
of it.
earned it. You've been bending your
Amen.
body for
Absolutely.
8 hours.
So if
Go have a rib. Right.
Well, if you do a half-day pass, that's going to be 3 classes of your choice for $35, and all of the proceeds here go to the Carrie Tingley
Beautiful.
Children's Hospital. That's really the point that Denise and I are coming together
Yeah.
to do this, is to
Awesome.
raise money for that great local foundation. So with a half-day pass, 3 classes, and either lunch or dinner for $35, or you can do a full day, which is 6 classes of your choice, and you can stay and join us for lunch and dinner, and then hang around for the after party where
And
we'll have.
network and whatever.
Yeah.
Keep that graphic up. We're going to have Denise go over and teach us some yoga here on the show.
All right, all you.
And
Get up out of your beds.
yeah, come on,
This is
now.
your chance to really get some blood
Keisha,
flowing.
Denise just had a baby, is that right?
She did. She has a beautiful son, Michael. So she's going to be teaching a core class at 2:30 down at Blissful tomorrow afternoon.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. Take it away, Denise.
So I do my best going through this core after having a baby. You know, yoga helps so much, by the way, for the postpartum mommies out there. It really helps get everything back together and put it in place where you'd like it to be. So we want to start at the top of our mat for class. Just do a quick little warm up, hands over the heart, arms come up overhead. We open up, we inhale, lift. We come forward, and all we're doing here is working on incorporating the core in every posture that we take in yoga. So I'm going to step back into lunge and kind of take my tummy off of the top of my thigh, step back into a plank, and make sure that I'm using my core here, not just my hands and my feet. Come halfway down into upward facing dog with an eye gaze high, toes tuck. So downward facing dog, a very common posture. We're going to take one-legged downward facing dog. My right leg is going to come all the way up. And I'm going to bring my knee into my nose. So this can be done, but we can use the core to help us get that knee closer and towards the nose. We squeeze our heel in towards our bottom, hollow the belly, and bring that knee in closer. So bringing it into a tight little package there. Leg goes back, all the way back down. I'm also going to work on side plank, which is Vasisthasana in Sanskrit. Come up high onto our toes, using that core again, coming forward into that plank. So if we take Vasisthasana, we take one hand to the center of the mat, the opposite hand comes up. We want to incorporate the use of the hip. So we want to take the hip high all the way up towards the ceiling. So we're kind of making a crescent here, taking the bicep next to the ear, and working on resting just on the knife edge of that left foot. We breathe in and out through the nose, and continue keeping that hollow belly. Coming back into our plank. On both hands, we can come onto our knees. And always remember, everything is modifiable in yoga. You can always, in that posture, come onto that bottom knee and still use that hip and take it all the way up towards the ceiling. I'm going to come onto my forearms now and properly stacking, taking my shoulders over my elbows, spreading my fingertips apart. This is another way to train our core and to be incorporated into these plank postures. We take the toes back, and we're using our toes, or using our hands and our forearms. But how do we work on using our core more? We can untuck those toes, come onto the tops of the feet. That's really going to help you to start lifting and using your core, hollow belly, breathing in and out through the nose. And back onto the knees, seated position. Do we have a little bit of time to go into one more posture?
Sure.
Okay. So what we're going to do is work on crow. So we come onto our hands, spread those fingertips apart, tucking the toes. Now, like I said, there's modifications. You don't have to go into the full expression all the time until you're ready for it. So you lift those hips up. And what I'm going to do is walk my knees in towards my triceps. So my knees come into those triceps, my belly is hollow, I start to lift my hips up. And I'm going to keep my chin up. This is going to help me keep my center of gravity. One toe can come up off of the ground. We can hold, squeeze the heel in towards the bottom, and then work on taking the opposite toe up.
Wow.
But if you're not ready for that, it's okay to keep one toe on the ground and just switch back and forth between toes until you're ready to charge that weight forward and come off of the toes.
So if that's your thing, that's my 9:30 class. We'll be doing a lot of arm balances and fun
Wow.
front openers and back
That
bends
was
too.
so cool. That
I
was
loved
so hard. The crow.
So fun and so fun to learn. Practice is awesome.
Yeah. And you can modify, like you said. So.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. I'm impressed. Thank you for sharing
Yes.
that, Denise.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And obviously we have two very capable instructors here. They'll be part of the big Albuquerque Yoga Gathering, which happens tomorrow at Blissful Spirits on Paseo near Jefferson. And you can just pop in half day, full day, drop in and take a class, whatever you
Support
want.
an incredible cause.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it all benefits Carrie Tingley Hospital, which is always a good thing.
Definitely.
Impressed?
Very impressed and very inspired.
Yes, it's wonderful. So, Keisha, thank you for being
Thank
here.
you guys so much
Thanks
for having
coming
us.
down. Have a great day with it, okay?
We will. I hope to see you guys there.
And Denise, thank you. Great
Thank you.
job. Thank you. There's the website for it, the Albuquerque Yoga Gathering. Coming up, Howie Keibel from Yelp. We're going to talk some soccer with the guys from Albuquerque Soul Football Club.
Yeah,
All
and
that
we've
ahead.
got some blues with Chris Dracup.
Yeah.
Don't go away, guys. It's
Yeah,
a
it's all
Friday.
here.